Hey guys, it's early in the morning and I just woke up, so this video might be a little bit of a mess, but we just got the patch 14.6.0 for Escape from Tarkov after 6 hours of downtime of the game, and that came with some honestly really good changes, but some also kind of not so good stuff. So I got the patch notes up right here. I'm going to skip through the beginning because that's the not so good stuff, but to get into it, they changed the in-game season to late spring, so new season change should be kind of overgrown grass. I haven't gotten to take a look at it yet, but we had a feeling this was coming. They reduced base inertia strength, so this should make it a little bit more consistent with the feeling of the movement in the game. Reduced aim punch, great change in my opinion. Reduced blur when taking damage, and reduced camera shake when shooting. So all this should make it a little better feeling to fight other players and a little less punishing when you're shooting and also getting shot. So overall, I think this will help out the PvP a lot, make it feel a little more fluid and a little tight on the shooting mechanics. They also reworked the body hitbox penetration. So not really to get into the details of it, but basically getting shot through limbs, it'll be easier to penetrate limbs and then hit the body, so you won't get so much of people's arms blocking bullets, and you should hit them 10 times and they won't die. And they also the penetration of bullets will degrade when it penetrates arms, which I believe it already did, but this should make it more consistent feeling to shoot people. Less arms tanking all the bullets. You should be hitting the torso more and getting more consistent time to kill. Also with that, they reworked armor penetration a little bit. They gave a little bit more reliability and even a 100% chance, which is if you have 15 more pen than the armor's effective durability, I think it automatically penetrates armor. So again, that should make it a little more consistent with shooting players, armor not tanking so much, arms not tanking so many bullets, and just more consistency. So honestly, all this stuff right here, I'm a fan of. Not all of that I highlighted right from here. I like all this. Good changes, should help out with the consistency of PvP and time to kill in the game. But to get into some of the weirdness, they have released a new game edition called the Unheard Edition. So this is going to be taking the place of Edge of Darkness, and this will be the new biggest edition and the biggest edition ever that you can buy for the game. I'm gonna go to the website where you can actually purchase it because I think they show a little bit more detail about what's in the edition. So we go here and we check out everything they added, the Unheard Edition. You get instant access to the closed beta so you can play the game. You get a 10x72 stash, expanded PMC pockets, increased fence standing, more slots in the flea market, a unique in-game melee weapon. I think it's like a kukri knife. There's a trailer video for this where they showed off some of it. More mail retention time, new background, free access to all subsequent DLCs. So this doesn't really seem like anything at first, but I'm taking this to mean that subsequent DLCs means anything not currently out. So this wouldn't include access to arena. Don't take my word on that. That's just how I'm reading it. I haven't confirmed it at all because it's a pretty expensive game edition and I don't want to just buy it just to tell if you get access to arena. But if someone does, let me know. You start with some additional stuff in your stash, whether you're a bear or a USEC, like weapons case, scav junk box, ammo case, bunch of guns, ammo, million rubles, some dollars, euros, stuff like that. And you get basically the equivalent guns for the Russian guns and the NATO guns for the USEC. So I mean, it's whatever. It's kind of already what EOD had, which I wasn't a fan of to begin with, starting out with more stuff than other people, but it's not the worst in the world. I'd rather it not be a thing, but it is what it is. You also start with level 3 on a couple skills. Whatever, starting with skills is not a big deal. Big thing here, access to co-op practice mode. This is a separate, I'm gonna say game mode to Tarkov, where you play co-op with friends. You have a separate stash, separate character that doesn't wipe, and it's a strict PvE game mode. So this is kind of like them reacting to single player Tarkov in a lot of ways. I think this is their version of it, essentially. I haven't gotten to check this out. I literally just woke up. But this is going to be a totally separate mode with separate progression that you play with your friends, and it's a PvE mode. And the only way to get it, at least of now, is to buy the Unheard edition of the game, which, as you probably noticed down here, is $250. Less the difference of whatever edition you already have. So if you have EOD, it's going to be like a $95 upgrade, which is bonkers, in my opinion. I mean, that is $250 is crazy. You might think otherwise. I think that's absurd. I saw that, and you know, I thought maybe they would charge a little bit more than EOD for whatever this edition was going to be. 250 was not in my, even in my thought. Thought maybe 200 would be a lot. So also the co-op practice mode is kind of one of the big things, even though it's only one line here. You get an armband, whatever. You also get 2 new unique items in the game, and I'm assuming unique means that you can only get them through this edition of the game. There won't be a way, again, I could be wrong here, but it doesn't seem like there's going to be a way to earn these 2 items in the game without this edition, similar to the Gamma container. The first one is Mark of the Unheard. This is a special slot item that gives you a 50% discount when using cash services in Raid. So I'm guessing BTR and things like the vehicle extracts, which the BTR maybe is kind of a big deal, but whatever. You also get 30% faster returns on insurance. But also, if you have 6+ fence reputation, your scavs won't shoot at you, or at least won't shoot first at you from ranges over 60 meters away. So think about going through customs and getting shot at by sniper scavs, etc. They won't shoot at you if you have 6+ fence rep if you're 60 meters away from them. I don't know if this will apply to rogues also, or any other AI like raiders and whatnot. I don't think so, but something that, you know, a direct gameplay enhancement, we'll say, that you only get from paying $250. Yeah, not a big fan of that. I don't think it's not a huge deal, but it is a deal, and it is something that you only get through paying money that you can't get any other way. Also, this will be coming later, but will be coming nonetheless. Unique hideout zone. I don't know, maybe we'll get the underground sex dungeon in the hideout. Who knows what that is? But there's also another unique item called a distress signal device. And when you activate this device, it's going to make a bright flash and sound. And when you activate it, all players on your friends list will receive a notification that they can join your raid to help you. So this has some implications. I'll have to see how this works out, but things to consider. What if I activate this and the lobby I'm in is full? Say I'm on a map with 12 players. I call this in, all 12 players are in the map. Can 3 of my buddies join and make it 15 PMCs in the raid? Where do they enter from? You know, who knows? How do they get in the map? Can they just join at any point in the raid? Can it increase the max player count in the raid? I have no idea. This is super weird to me. And again, it says a unique item. So something that potentially you only get for spending $250. I don't like this. I don't like this one at all. I really don't like anything about this edition, even the co-op practice mode. I don't really want to say any names, but when we bought EOD edition, it said access to all future DLC, and adding a new co-op practice offline PvE mode to the game isn't being counted in that as DLC. So the only way to get this will be through this edition. You won't get any of this by owning EOD. And I'm gonna pull up my phone real quick because I read some things somewhere from someone that may or may not work at BSG, and they say that it's not DLC, it's a unique feature of the new edition added. DLC refers to downloadable content. PvE is a feature in a game mode, and it's not going to be considered in the included DLC for Edge of Darkness edition. And also, potentially just read that this may only, this one, which maybe it would have been nice for them to notice this. I literally just found this out as I pulled in my phone. This might only be in the PvE game mode, this distress signal device. So if that's the case, I wouldn't really care at all. That wouldn't be a big deal. To be determined. This may only be for the PvE mode. So keep that in mind. Overall, again, $250 for this edition, minus the money you've already paid for whatever game edition you own. So it could be $100 or, you know, $200 difference in that. And it also may not come with Arena. Could or could not. I don't know yet. Too early in the morning. Just wanted to get this video out. So yeah, not a fan of this. The actual gameplay changes they made in the patch were good. This edition I think is garbage, and they should be monetizing the game through, you know, the normal methods. Like, just make some cool cosmetics for people to buy. Don't add junk like this that is giving people in-game stuff, and it's not pay to win, but you're giving people stuff that doesn't really belong in the game. And just make cool cosmetics, add stuff like that that doesn't affect the game directly. If you want to monetize it further, do it like everyone else that does it. You know, we've seen a million games that monetize completely fairly. I don't see any reason to be doing this. That's just my thoughts. You could disagree. Maybe some of this stuff will come out a bit more and it won't end up being a big deal. I don't think it will be, but I just don't like the road that they're going on with things like this. I already wasn't really a fan of EOD Edition, and this is kind of just expanding on that in all the worst ways. But thanks, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'll be checking out the update today. I will continue to update you on my thoughts. Thanks for hanging out, and appreciate you guys. Bye-bye.
That's an Addy. That's an Addy. Daddy Lvndmark.